Hello everyone, welcome back to the Career Deck. Thank you so much for the subscription so far. Please keep subscribing so that you continue getting more information about career, people development and growth. And this month of March, we are still celebrating women, and we are going to continue talking about all the topics that relate to women related to work. And today we are going to be discussing about how do you navigate pregnancy while you are at work. So we have all been there. For the ladies that have been pregnant while at work, it's something that happens when we are working. You happen to conceive your child and then you wonder, how am I going to be at work while I'm pregnant? Yet you're still expected to perform your duties, you're still expected to come back early, you're still expected to leave on time, everything. But remember, this time you're expecting, you cannot have the same energy levels, you cannot operate at the same speed, you cannot think at the same speed. There are so many changes that happen when someone is expecting. And you have to learn, how do I protect myself? How do I continue to be productive, incorporating this new season that I'm going through, which is the pregnancy. So it's good to know at which stage you're at during the pregnancy. So normally during the first trimester, you're weak, maybe unfortunately some ladies get vomiting, they get nauseous, they don't have a lot of energy levels. It is very good for you to learn what is my most productive time during this time. So you may realize that some women get morning sickness. Some ladies, the morning sickness comes in the afternoon. Some ladies, it comes in the evening. So you need to know when is the time when I'm down, and this is the time when you will allocate your tasks that don't require a lot of concentration. I remember when I was having my first child, when I was pregnant with my firstborn, I was having my morning sickness in the afternoon. So what I did, I got to learn my pattern. What I did, I would make sure I'm very early in office so that I can use the energy levels that I have at that time, because I know by lunchtime I will not have any energy. So I would make sure I do everything, all the meetings that I have to do. So by the time it's lunchtime and it's 1 p.m., I'm winding down. I am just looking through my emails. Maybe I'm having external meetings. If I've called for external meetings, that's when I can meet the people that I need to meet, so that I don't have to use a lot of energy, because by that time I wouldn't be having a lot of energy in the evening. Now, for the ladies that have been pregnant while at work, you very well know now during your second trimester, at that time you have a lot of energy levels. It will be very good for you to actually make sure, because remember, second trimester is first trimester is first month, second month, third month. Then in the second trimester, it's the fourth month, fifth month, and then the sixth month. So during that time, you've already settled into the pregnancy. You now know, I'm now expecting, the energy levels are high. It will be very good for you to make sure you do all your work that requires, maybe you have a running project, you have something that requires your actual presence or your supervision or your participation. If you're part of a team executing something, make sure that you do all that work when your energy levels are high, because you know that during the third trimester, you will not have a lot of energy levels. So during the second trimester, it will also be very good for you to actually also plan out your time outside work after you've given birth to your child. It will be good that you also use this time to prepare the person who is going to sit in for you during your maternity leave. If you're part of a team and you're going to hand over some of your work to your colleagues, please take them through your work so that you're not bombarding them. It's time for you to go, and then you're bombarding everyone with all your tasks. It will be good that you use this time to take them slowly. If they require some things to learn, let them use that time. You will have a lot of energy level. You have time, and the months are 3 really. It will be good for you to use that time so that people are not feeling overwhelmed. Now, as you're preparing for your work during the second trimester, don't only look, however much it's about work, don't only look at your work. You also have to prepare on your personal side. So since you know that this is the time that you have a lot of energy, please use that time to shop for the child, shop for the baby, look for your hospital. Some of you have organizations where you have medical insurance, and you have to find out which hospital, plan it out well. Where will I deliver from? Which hospitals are on my side, near where I stay? It will be a very good time for you to plan out, not only for work, but also for your personal planning during your second trimester. During your third trimester, this is the final trimester of the pregnancy, that is from your 7th month, 8th month, and the 9th month. Please make sure that you look up any other work that is required of you that requires to close up. Be realistic with yourself and find out, will I really be able to complete this project by the time I have the child, I have the baby? Sit with your team or sit with your supervisor and divide out that work in a realistic manner so that work is not closing because you're not there, and people are also not shocked in case you have to leave when you've left behind a big chunk of work for them. Find out from your HR if you're eligible for some of your annual leave days with your maternity leave. Some organizations allow mothers or expectant mothers to use their annual leave and then they add it on to their maternity leave. So we have talked about the planning on how you go through the different trimesters while you're pregnant. But we need to talk about the realistic bit of the different emotions that the ladies go through while they are pregnant, especially during the first trimester and the last one. You can be very emotional. You can be the stress levels can go high. The tempers can be short. You need to understand that that's normal and you do not have to feel guilty about that. But then you have to remember that you're at work and sometimes you may snap off to some of your colleagues who may be annoying you. I remember sometime when I was expecting, I didn't have like a lot of emotions that I would get angry with everyone. But mine was opposite. I would get so cold that I would not want to respond. Oh God, I didn't like it. I wouldn't want to respond when someone asks. In my head, I'm like, why are you asking? Can't you wait? And I get my talking mood. So, but what I did, I was lucky that by then I had a team that I was working with. So during those moments when I would detect them, and I had a meeting, and you know my feelings were, I didn't want to talk. I just didn't want to respond, to ask me, where is this, what? No, I didn't want to know. I would send some of my colleagues to those meetings. So it would come out that I'm actually delegating, yet in the actual sense, I was just managing my pregnancy while working. So the meetings didn't stop. I did not show anyone bad attitude. They were not asking and I was not responding because I wasn't in that space. So it's very good for you to know what are my triggers, because you get to learn, you get to know during as you go through the pregnancy. You know, this one triggers me. I don't want this kind of scent. I don't want to eat this. So if I know, for example, there are some ladies, they may not want the smell of maybe like onions or what. If you know that's your problem, do not sit near people who are eating such. It is going to affect you during lunchtime. If you know it's going to affect you during lunchtime, don't have lunch at the common area. Pick your lunch, go somewhere else where you can sit, or have your lunch at your desk. So you remember, you have to incorporate so that it's convenient for you and also convenient for your colleagues, so that it's not, they don't have to give those funny comments. They say like, oyo mchala w'olubuto bandaake. It will annoy you, it also annoy your colleagues, and you make people uncomfortable. So it's very good for you to learn what your emotions are, what triggers you during the pregnancy, so that you're able to have a smooth, manageable pregnancy. We also need to remember that while you're pregnant, you need to plan for your work very well. It will be very good if you inform your manager that I'm expecting, because some ladies take long to show, some show early. The ladies also need to remember that you also have to take care of yourself when you're pregnant. Do not be worried that now I'm at work, I'm pregnant, how do I incorporate? Please remember to drink your water. You can always carry your water bottle for those that are able to take water during pregnancy or anything, but make sure that you're able to hydrate, and do not miss out your antenatals. You have a right to go for antenatal during work hours. If your appointment is scheduled during work hours, it would be good that you've spoken early, that everyone is aware and they give you the expected support that you require when you're absent from work, but while attending your antenatals. We had talked about how to plan for your maternity leave. Now, remember we were talking about how would you plan for it during the different stages of the pregnancy. So when you're actually planning the handover, please make sure that you do an actual report. Prepare for, maybe you can write an out of office email that you set, that you can send out to your colleagues, and then you direct them. Actually, for my experience, most times when mothers are going for maternity leave, they will inform their colleagues whom they are going to hand over to, but then they forget to inform the people who have been working with them that this is a person who is going to handle. That is the reason why you have to write a clear maybe email and inform everyone that I'll be going on maternity, and I've been handling so and so. So in case you need this, kindly contact so and so. In case you need this, kindly contact so and so. And handing over may also not be done to one person. You can hand over different tasks to different people. But the people you're handing over to, they have to be informed. Even the people who have been working with you on those things that you've been handing over to should also be informed. And during that time, I think that one will be during your final trimester. Please slow down. Do not feel guilty that, oh my God, I'm slow. Everyone it's expected that you'll be slow at that time. And when it's time for you to have your child, that's why you have to do your handover. Everything has to be done earlier on, because anything can happen. You could have an emergency delivery. You could have an emergency out of office where you need to be maybe on bed rest. So that when you hand over, you do not have to panic, because you would have done everything earlier. And when it's time for you to go, please leave. It would be advisable, for my experience, it would be advisable that you work, at least you give yourself at least 1 week. Okay, some ladies are blessed that they can work up to the last day, then they go and have a baby. But for those ones that are not able to do so, it would be good that you give yourself at least 1 week before your expected date of delivery. You apply for your maternity leave, get out of office, go home, prepare yourself, clear your head, prepare your head for delivery, plan out your hospital, where will I go, make sure everything's done, because you're being bombarded with work and you need to at least transition and to also take some little self-care for yourself before you have your baby. And when you're leaving office, do not forget to inform your colleagues that you'll be out of office. And of course, they will wish you the best as you have your band of joy. So before I close, there's something I wanted us to remember as ladies. We have discussed how you plan for your work when you're pregnant, how you be at work when you're pregnant, but that is an ideal situation where everything is normal. There could be a situation where you're carrying a high-risk pregnancy and you have to get off work. Please, 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 please do not feel tied to work because I'm at work, and then you're hiding, and then you're having a lot of absenteeism because you're in hospital but you're not revealing. If your doctor says that the pregnancy is high risk and it requires you to be off work, please get the right permission. Go and apply for your leave. Go and apply for your sick leave. It's your right, and get off work and raise that baby. It will not be good. It will hurt you so much if you put your life at risk because you're working, and the life of your baby at risk because you're working, because you cannot communicate. It's your right. If the pregnancy is high risk, you get off work. If it's unfortunate that within your work terms, the period when you're outside work handling the high risk pregnancy, maybe you're not eligible, you're not able to come back to work, you can always get another job anyway. Take care of yourself, and do not forget that pregnancy is just a season and it's not a setback. Enjoy your pregnancy and be healthy throughout it until you have your band of joy. Until next time, I am Catherine.N.Kisekka here at the Career Deck, guiding you through professional greatness. Sign up by by clicking on the link in the description, or call us via WhatsApp and sign up to attend these free monthly webinars.